So this is my entry for the fitness video meme that Brenna has put out there. Um, I'm just gonna get started because I'm long-winded and I in past attempts have already ran out of time. So, what is your Tumblr handler and what is its meaning? And apparently I can only say handler, not handle. It's not overnight, and the meaning is pretty self-explanatory. But basically, when I first started Weight Watchers this time around, back in May of 2007, I really did join knowing that this was going to be forever. This was something that wasn't going to be done overnight. This was something that's going to take me 5 years, maybe 10 years to lose all the weight. And even once I was done losing the weight, it was going to be something I always was going to have to watch what I ate. For the rest of my life, I will have to watch what I ate. Um, and I knew that. So when I made my very first weight loss website, which is linked somewhere on my Tumblr page, um, I called it Not Overnight because that's what it meant to me. Where are you from? I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, and I grew up there my whole life. My parents bought the house that my mom still lives in 6 months before I was born. I went from there to Catonsville, Maryland, back to Baltimore when my dad passed away, and then moved down to Alexandria in November of 2009 with Adria. Um, how long have you been involved in an active lifestyle? Well, I played 3 sports in high school. I played football, wrestled, and played lacrosse. But I wouldn't call it an active lifestyle because it didn't really leave school. I pretty much only did it while I was at school. So I wouldn't call it a lifestyle because lifestyle is with you all the time. I started working out in 2008. When I moved back to Baltimore, I joined the Jewish Community Center in Baltimore, and they have a great facilities there. I did the I did the elliptical the very first time I went, and I did it for 4 minutes and 55 seconds, and my legs felt like they were gonna die. And then in late 2008, Adria started kind of introducing me to running. She's done several half marathons. Um, Mercedes Benz half marathon. She did the Baltimore half marathon with me this past October. She did the Army 10 miler. She's done several half marathons, and she kind of got me started um, running in 2009, and I did my very first 10K in 2010. The Lawyers Have Heart 10K, and then I did it again. I did another 10K in October and a 5K, and I injured myself, stopped, came back to it in March, which is when I went to C25K website, found out about Ben Does Life, came here. My Tumbleversary is actually coming up in a few days. Um, what do you do to stay in an active lifestyle? Or what did you do to stay active? Sorry. Primarily I run, I lift weights, and now I've incorporated swimming and biking because I have dreams and aspirations of being a triathlete. Thanks to several people in this community, specifically Robin Does Running has really inspired me to decide to do a triathlon. What is your favorite piece of workout equipment? That would be the assisted pull-up machine. Um, when I was still well into my 300s, I decided I really wanted to be able to do a pull-up, and now I'm starting to work towards that goal. Um, in the two teens now, and I still can't do one, but I'm getting closer. What is your favorite piece of workout apparel? This shirt. I got it for running the Baltimore Half Marathon, and before I got this shirt, I didn't understand why people spent so much money on Under Armour shirts, because prior to that, I kind of bought whatever I could get cheap because I went through clothes so fast as far as shrinking out of them. But now that I have an Under Armour shirt, I totally understand, and I bought 3 more just like it because they're awesome. Um, to date, what is your proudest achievement in terms of health and fitness? It's a tough question. I'm going to split it up and say my favorite fitness would be running the Baltimore Half Marathon. In health, I would say quitting smoking. I did that in December of 2008, and I was just kind of was one of those things that became too inconvenient to smoke because we were going to visit Adria's parents, and they don't smoke, and it's in Buffalo, New York, and supposedly it's cold and snows all the time up in New England, but hasn't snowed since I've been there. Anyway, um, so I quit because it was inconvenient, and I have stayed off cigarettes since then. I did have a cigar at my wedding, inhaled one puff accidentally and coughed my lungs out, but obviously it didn't get me hooked again. If you race compete, what is your favorite distance and event? Um, I really like 10Ks because it doesn't require me to kill myself training, but I really like the feeling of half marathons, and who knows, maybe marathons one day, because I kind of feel like I can let loose and celebrate afterwards. Like, I feel okay going out drinking with friends or eating an extravagant meal because honestly, I just ran 13 miles and I don't pre-celebrate. I do have a carb full dinner, but I don't overeat or eat a lot more than I usually would before the race. But after the race, I definitely enjoy myself. If you could achieve one of your health and fitness goals for the remainder of 2012, what would it be? No brainer, reach my ultimate goal weight. I've been working at this for almost 5 years now, and to be able to get to my ultimate goal weight this year would be really, really awesome. My most despised form of exercise would also be running. Some days I really love it, some days I hate it. After I've done it, I'm always happy I did, but honestly, there are some days where the last thing I want to do is go out there and run. Um, I'd rather bike, I'd rather swim, lift weights. I'm going to be trying rock climbing later this year, so who knows, maybe that'll become my despised form of exercise. My favorite post workout snack would be lunch. I kind of try to schedule my long runs to have lunch afterwards. I have dinner after my workouts in the evening. But when I don't do that, when I run really early in the morning to avoid the heat, I really like going to Starbucks and I get a half skinny caramel, half skinny mocha frappuccino. It has carbs, it has sugar, it has protein. Uh, it's really delicious. You should try it. Just have them do half the pumps in caramel, half the pumps in mocha, and thank me later. If you could pick an umbrella tag for our little, huge community of Tumblers, what would it be? I honestly really like FitBlur. I feel like it does a good job of kind of encompassing everything. But if I was to pick one, it'd be like Health Blur or just health. Because I really feel like if you say fitness, that kind of excludes the people that aren't really into fitness, that are just eating well. But I still feel like they're a part of our community. Like someone that's just on Weight Watchers that doesn't work out, I don't feel like, I mean, I feel like they're still part of our community. Um, or someone that just works out and isn't necessarily trying to lose weight. I'm sure we have a few people in our community that aren't losing weight, never really had to lose weight, but just are fitness buffs that are part of the community. So I don't think we should exclude them. And I think health, though, does encompass. Obviously, you want to be a healthy weight. You want to be active. So I feel like it kind of encompasses everything. So I would say health or health blur. Hopefully, I haven't overrun my 10 minutes. No, 8 minutes and 26 seconds. So we're going to call it a day. Hopefully you enjoyed my little video mem here, and I'm going to sign off before my webcam cuts me off again. So have a good night, everybody, and take it easy.